The 6th of April is almost here. But before that, on the 25th of February, got the BKFC tryouts in Middlesbrough. So you can go over and register on that. That's scrolling across the bottom. bkfc.com/tryouts. Get yourself there. You could be the next big thing. You could be the next Gangster Prince of Wales or Danny the Bastard Christie. I love having David on the podcast. He's the first podcast I ever done. I say it every time, but he's just one of the best characters in the game. He's there in the background sipping his fancy wine. And one of my favourite pastimes now is just annoy him, just to send him abuse. And I love it. I love it. But without further ado, let's bring him on. The Gangster Prince of Wales, David, one more round. Yes, pal, how are you doing?
I'm good, Ross. Always better when I'm talking to you, you know that, or abusing you on WhatsApp.
You'll make me blush. Stop it. How are things, mate?
Good, yeah, good. Everything's going well in preparing for the fight. You know, training well.
I think this is the first time that you've been in the red corner where we can actually talk about who your opponent is now. Because normally it's always like, well, we can't really say too much, or we're not mentioning any names and stuff like that. But it's happened. You're finally fighting Danny the Bastard Christie.
Yeah, so it's finally happening. You know, it'll be over a year since I last fought. I've waited for Danny. Obviously, he fought Jared Warren. I wanted him to win to propel his career, but also losing has set me up for a fight with him.
Yeah. Now, don't go churning out the same old guff that you've been churning out on the other podcast. I don't want to hear any of that. I want something original. That was word for word.
Well, it's right though, isn't it? You know, I've waited for him. I've waited for this fight.
You have. I mean, you had your list, which I don't know if it's differed at all from. But Danny was always on the list.
And I've added to it, and I've got it. It's on my phone. Do you want to see it?
Yeah, go on. Let's have a look.
So obviously, Danny Christie, Connor Cook, Danny Mitchell's on there, Jomi Escobarza, and obviously Mike Perry's got to be on there now.
Absolutely, my man. Reach for the stars, and you know how would you compare this? Would you say that you've had many fights? Was it 93 fights you've had?
Yeah, it's my 94th coming up.
This is your 94th. Would you say that this is the most, the biggest fight of your career?
Yeah, in terms of what it can propel me to, yeah, it is. It's a huge fight. You know, Terry Brazier was a massive fight last year. Nathan Owens was a big fight. You know, all the fights on BKFC have been big, but this is definitely the biggest of my career.
Yeah, and I'm pleased it's finally happened because it has been a long time in the making.
Yeah,
I remember we were on WhatsApp, months and months ago, and you were like, "Oh, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen." I was like, "Well, don't stop believing." I said, "I think," and it was like, and you were like, "Yeah," and it's finally come off. It's finally happening for you, and I'm pleased for you.
Yes, it's had to happen. Obviously Danny losing has helped with that. It's a massive fight for bare knuckle in the UK. I think it's the biggest domestic fight that the UK will ever have with bare knuckle. We're both top of our game. It has to happen now rather than a year down the line, because I don't think it'll be the fight that it will be when it comes in April.
Yeah. And with it happening down south as well, hopefully a lot more of the Welsh fans can come. Obviously, James Lilly's main, headlining the card as well. It must be great for you to have, a fellow countryman that's going to bring, his support and then your support coming together.
Yes, and it's a lot closer than, up in Newcastle, which is 9-10 hours away from me. I've actually done all right on tickets this time. I'm going to, do quite a few. And obviously with James Lilly's crowd there, we're going to have a good Welsh support.
Excellent. I'm sure they'll be in fine singing voice.
Yeah. Not all Welsh people can sing, mind. That's just a myth.
The link to David's Instagram's in the description box, so go over if you want tickets and that. Hit him up through that because it helps the fighters get a payday. The fighters earn money through ticket sales, so get out there and show your support.
Yeah, obviously, do one more around BKFC as my Instagram. And yeah, every ticket sold, we get a percentage of when we get over a certain amount.
Amazing. What wine are you drinking?
Jam Shed. I'm on. Yeah, red. Jam Shed.
Jam Shed?
this one. So just in case Jam Shed fancy doing a sponsorship for me.
Very nice. What is it? Is that a Shiraz or something, or a?
I don't know the difference between Shiraz, Malbec, or fucking Papua New Guinea chat, whatever the shit is, but it's fucking red and red. Red is made of grapes.
Yeah. I mean, they say a glass of red wine a day doesn't do you any harm.
No, 2 bottles tonight is not going to do me any harm, but I won't drink it until next week. So it spreads out over the week in one night.
Yeah. How's camp been going for you?
It's good. I've got a new pad man. That's down here. He lives literally across the road from me. I've got a couple of guys in work. Magic Muzzo, he's helped me with my strength and conditioning. And then I've got Devlin, who's teaching me a lot of defense, the rolling the shoulder stuff. It's going well.
Yeah. Now, do you see this fight playing out then? Are you expecting just to both meet in the middle and bang it out, or?
Yeah, it's going to be a bite down your gum shield and swing until one of us falls down. I've got not so much a game plan, but I've got a bit of a tactic with it. I'm not going to, keep it quiet. I'm going to fight him southpaw because, Jared Warren beat him southpaw. I don't think Danny can fight a southpaw. I can fight southpaw. So my plan is to come out southpaw against him. Interesting
tactic. So you and your team came up with that one?
No, I just thought of it myself. I've been able to fight southpaw for the last, 10 years. So I think it'll help against him. Obviously, Jared beat him with it. I think the looping right hook will cut him open, and then I can stop him whenever I decide. Then.
I like your thought process.
Well, that's the plan.
Yeah, the card looks amazing. We talked about James Lee there briefly, but I mean, the whole card from top to bottom, the BKFC just getting bigger and bigger. Better names are coming along and things like that. Guys are building their own profiles and platforms and things, and really kind of growing into the sport, especially, the likes of Gary Fox, who I think is made for this sport.
I love Gary.
Yeah.
That fight with John Hick is going to be amazing. I'm glad it's after me because I can actually watch it. I think that apart from me and Danny's definitely got Fight That Night written all over it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that one of the quiet ones as well is Ben Bonner versus Ray Puttrell. That really interests us. They all really interest us. I mentioned it before.
Every fight is huge on it, for every fight, right? It's huge for each person.
Yeah, massively looking forward to seeing Nathan Hine perform again. Yeah. I think he was last out at Crystal Palace against Foxy, where he won.
Yeah, Jack Draper as well.
Yeah, I had Jack on the podcast the other night. He's looking good. It's all kind of gone right for Jack. He never has any luck normally. It's opponent changes and slight niggling injuries kind of thing. But he seems in a good place and everything's just kind of rolling for him.
Yeah, like I said, the card is huge. It's probably the biggest UK card that's ever happened, and probably that will ever happen. With the names that are on it, and a win for any of the fighters is going to propel him into something big.
Absolutely. What do you see is going to be next for you after this? Then, depending on
I've got a plan this year, so it's obviously beat Danny with a belt. I'd like to go over to America and fight Joe Miesca-Boza. And then I'd like to come back and defend my belt. I think the ideal opponent is Conor Cook.
Yeah, Conor's been amazing.
It's 2 fights between beat Nathan Owens. I don't think that was a Nathan Owens that fought me, but that's taking nothing away from Conor. Conor's a fantastic boxer. I think he's well suited. His size and how he boxes in bare knuckle. I think he's going to make a problem for any fighter.
Yeah, definitely, and especially if he's coming down from cruiserweight as well.
Yeah, he's a big light heavyweight.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a big light heavyweight, tall with it as well.
He's tall, and he's not muscle packed, so I don't think he'll struggle to get down to light heavyweight.
Yeah,
yeah. So he's not losing weight. He's not going to lose power. He's just a big guy.
I think we're going to find this more and more. People may be coming down in weights. I mean, you look at Anthony Holmes. Anthony Holmes just came down 2 weights or something since he's
now gone
first arrived in the BKFC.
So he's a weight below light heavyweight now. So he's welterweight, is it, or middleweight? Sorry,
middleweight. Yeah. I think a lot of fighters are just kind of finding where they kind of belong and things like that. It's interesting with the sport, growing at a meteoric rise that it is, and everyone's just kind of slotting into their own little places and finding where they belong.
Yeah, I think there's a big difference between light heavy and cruiser with the power. My first 2 fights were at cruiserweight, and the power up there is a lot different to light heavy. I mean, I walk around at 205, and I can easily cut down to the 185 division. But anything I think above that is a massive difference, especially with bare knuckle and getting hit with a bare knuckle. It's a massive difference.
Absolutely. I mean, and you fought a heavyweight in MMA, haven't you?
Yeah. It was different. You got gloves on mine.
Yeah,
that was all in one. That was 3 fights in one night. So,
I can't wait. I can't wait. What was it? Just under 8 weeks away now.
Yeah. So it's 7 weeks tomorrow. 7 weeks Saturday. Sorry.
Yeah. Have you been getting some heavy sparring and things?
I haven't sparred for 6 years. No, 8 years. Sorry, I don't spar anymore. I don't spar heavy. I sparred last year with James Lilly in February to help him when he went over to America.
Yeah.
And that was only light. But no, I think the last time I sparred was 2016 up at the Fight Factory, John Pittman's gym in Gloucester. I was up there with Sam for a couple of days, and I heavy sparred with some boxers. And I was sparring like I was fighting, I was coming out with black eyes, and I was pretty much, coming out with concussions and stuff. And I thought, well, this is taken away from my fight. And I thought, if you've sparred so much and hard, you lose the fight when you go into the fight. You've done most of your fighting in sparring. So yeah, I've stopped. A lot of pro fighters. Robbie Lawler didn't, stop sparring about 10 years ago, and it worked for him. Yeah, I don't think he sparred for nearly 10 years. Remember when Robbie was banging people out?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's like over 10 years he stopped his sparring.
Oh wow!
Do like moving around, like little touch sparring or really light, but the heavy sparring's gone for me.
Yeah, Robbie Lawler was amazing, wasn't he? He was a monster.
Yeah, I was coming out of sparring worse than I was coming out of fights. It was black eyes, and it was like I'm sure I spent most of probably 2016 fucking concussed. I'm sure I spent most of 2019 concussed with the fucking wars I had in MMA.
How does the rest of camp look for you then?
So it'll be Padwick tomorrow night with Christian across the road. It'll be a run over the weekend. It's not much at the minute because I've still got 8 weeks. The end of February, I'll be back to Graham Brockway's boxing gym to pick my cardio up and more pad work. But that's it. And then I'll start my hill sprints and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't do a heavy camp. I don't do a hard camp. It's not 2 or 3 fucking sessions a day. 1 because I can't with work, and 2 because I just don't need it. I know how to fight. I've got that fitness that'll always be there for in a fight. And yeah, that's how I've always done it.
Yeah, I mean, I know you've been in that many fights. Like we said before, 93. This is your 94th fight coming up, and it must be just like going to the shop for a pint of milk for you now. But
yes, no. Every fight. Like I get nervous about 4 weeks out. So, and I've said this to a lot of people, it'll be me and my wife will go to bed, she'll fall asleep, and I'll start thinking, oh, I've got 4 weeks till the fight, and I'll get the adrenaline rush, and I'll be lying in bed doing adrenaline, so I'll sit up, and I'll go down, make a cup of tea, I'll come back, and usually my wife wakes up, it's like, every night, I've got nerves about the fight. And I get it about 4 weeks out, and then I'm fine until the day of the fight, and I'll be in the change room, and I'll start warming up, and I'll hit the pads. I think, gas in, and I hit the pads again. I think, oh God, he's fitter than me. He's this and that, and then I'll hit the pads again. I think, maybe he'll fall down the stairs, and I won't have to fight, but I still get paid because it's that time frame where he's got injured, and then all of a sudden I'll hit the pads. Like, oh, hang on, this is right now, and then I'm fine, but I get that weird 45 minutes of thinking he's fitter than me, better than me. I hope he gets injured warming up and I don't have to fight. And then all of a sudden it's like, no, turn it on. I don't do a big warm up. This, like 3 or 4 minute burst. I'll walk around, stretch, and then 3 or 4 minute burst on the pads. And that's about it.
That's it. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just trying to read you.
I always get it about 4 weeks out. The week dead.
I'm just trying to read your T-shirt there. Ask me about my
ninja disguise.
Yeah.
Class, isn't
it? David, I always love your walkouts. You know, you always pick like some kind of random cheesy song. Have you got anything in line for that? Or
well, I know when we text and we said, "Oh, don't stop believing," I said I walked out to it, but the eldest daughter's asked me because the kids coming. When I walk out to Darude Sandstorm, because when I fought MMA, I always walked out to Darude Sandstorm, and she's been to a couple of fights, and she's never seen me walk out or been there when I've walked out to it, or known me to walk out of it to it for a long time. So I told her the other week that I'll walk out to it for her. So it'll be Darude Sandstorm.
Class, what a tune!
Yeah,
should get the blood pumping, get the crowd going.
Yeah, it was like I said, it was for 6, 7 years, maybe 8 years. It was always my MMA walkout music.
Yeah.
So yeah, she asked me to, and I said, yeah, I'll do it for her. You know, last time it was Don't Stop Believing, because Lola, me and Lola learned the dance off it on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
So this time, no, TJ's asked me this time, so yeah, I'm gonna go for that.
Fantastic. Yeah, like I say, it's an absolute banger, isn't it? It should get you going, and it must bring back a lot of memories when you hear that song. You know, if it was your walkout song for 8 years.
Oh, I've just got goosebumps singing of it actually. Even there's a boy, Dan Edge, who's followed me my fighting for years. He'll hear it on the radio and he'll text me, "Just heard your walkout song." Like, down again, it's on Radio 1 on a Friday or something, and he'd be like, "Yeah, I've just heard your walkout song," and I'm like, "Yeah," and I know what he's on about.
Amazing. Listen, before we wrap this up, mate, have you got any sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I've got a bit of a list. I've got Kyle Morris at KGM, Gareth Davis, 2020 Scafton, Nathan Thomas, Bear Hug Supports, who have been there for years for me, Granicol, who were my first ever sponsor 16 years ago, are still there. Violent Gentlemen, which are doing the t-shirts, Manderwood, Malbon Gifts, which are printing the t-shirts, Big Bear Gin and Vodka, this Welsh gin and vodka, so get on to them. Jamie Fowler, Lynx Taxis, with Donny Brook, who are doing t-shirts of mine, and RSD Transportation, who have just come on board last week, and they've helped me out. They helped me pay for my medical, which is in 2 weeks.
Yes, Big Rick Doherty. That's Big Rick, isn't it?
Say again?
Rick Doherty, RSD Transportation.
I met him in... he was at the Newcastle fight, and I met him in Leeds, and we had a photo. And I was just speaking to him the other day on... There's Rick there on Instagram, and I just said, do you fancy sponsoring? And he was like, yeah. So he asked how much. So I said how much I wanted, and he came back with more. As I thought, thank you very much for it. And fair play. The next day, it was in the bank. He sent me the logo. I've got over to Howie from America, who are doing my new shorts and walkout gown. Excellent.
Yeah, Rick, he's helped my channel a lot as well, and we speak occasionally. Such a nice lad. I've met a couple of times as well. He's really, and his family and that, all the lads that he brings to the shows and things, because he's at every show, drives there, drives back. He doesn't stay over or anything like that. No, he's an absolute legend.
Obviously, he seen me at Newcastle, and then I met him when me and Mandy came to watch Danny's fight in Leeds. I met him there, and I had a photo with him. And we just chatting last week, and I just, I just asked. I said, do you fancy doing a bit of sponsorship? And fair play to him. He came back with a number bigger than what I asked for, and I thought, well, fuck, that's excellent.
Yeah, there's Sam Doherty as well there in the chat. Big shout out, Sam. Yeah, mate, and Clan Donnybrook, the t-shirts that they supply for you and things like that is brilliant.
Yeah, apparently my t-shirts are a good seller over in America. They do hoodies. They've just brought out a new line of t-shirts of mine, which I didn't even know about. So yeah, get onto Clan Donnybrook. I've got what the thing is with the little squares, the QR or thing, fucking code.
Oh yeah, the
whatever,
QR code.
The QR code thing, so I can send that to it. Give me a message, I'll send you. And I think there's a percentage off if you use my fight name or something.
Good stuff. And Violent Gentleman, like you mentioned there, just want to give a shout. Violent Gentleman now sponsoring the podcast, but I'm always open to more sponsors. Wicked. But yeah, Violent Gentleman, Ross from Violent Gentleman. What?
Yeah,
what an amazing lad.
Newcastle after the Nate Jones fight, and he gave me a card. He said, "Look, I'd like to sponsor you," and he did. He sent me the t-shirts which I walked out for Terry Brazier with, and then obviously Malbon Gifts, which are in Milk Flavour where I am. They did the print up for me, and obviously they put their name on it. But yeah, he sent Violent Gentleman to send over some new t-shirts and I think a new hoodie for me for this upcoming fight.
Yeah. It's always nice to meet another Ross. Ross obviously runs Violent Gentleman, and you know, such a cracking lad. It's a Northern Irish-based company, and but you know they'll post to anywhere, and you know the stuff that he supplies is great stuff.
Yeah, it's good quality stuff, and fair play to him. I said, can I have these things and these sizes, even the size for my wife, and yeah, he's sending them over. He's a brilliant guy.
Yeah. Dangerous Darren in the comments there. There's a prospect show this weekend. There is in America.
Yeah.
But me and Lou are going to be going live in about 10 minutes' time. We're going to be talking about the upcoming card. I'll send you the link over so you can watch David.
Yeah, send over and I'll get on that.
Yeah, good man. As always, thank you very much for coming on. I appreciate it.
It's always a pleasure, Ashton, at any time.
Yeah, nice one. Do you see the fight going 5 rounds?
I hope it. Yeah, I'd love it to go 5. I'd love to go 6 rounds. Just for the fans, just for the crowd, and for the fight. It's going to be as much. It can end in the first round, or it can go 6 rounds, and I hope it goes the 6 rounds. Obviously, I'm going to win. But yeah, I want this fight more for the fans and for the BKFC, and nobody's going to lose. Yes, there's going to be lose, but nobody will lose from this. You know, everybody wins. It's going to be the greatest fight I think that the BKFC will ever have.
Yeah, Rick Doughty there saying no chance, going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah. I like Danny. We speak every day on WhatsApp. I message him morning gun. We have a bit of back and forth, and then it's usually like, "Oh, I was training going, hope everything's right," or yeah, I was family and stuff like that. And then the next day it's morning fucking. What was the last one I sent him?
Was it morning biscuit tin full of sewing kit?
Well, that was, so I messaged him this morning. We had a good one today actually. Morning, you fucking vegan sausage roll. So it was like morning, simple Dave, and then I was and then even yesterday I said, mate, I'm just making some toast. And I thought I had Danny Christie bread. I said, turns out it says thick cut. and then it's like, are you well? I was just family, and there was a picture, like on my WhatsApp picture was me, my wife, and the 3 girls. And he's like, that's a lovely family photo of you all. Yeah. And then we go, and it's like that. And then the next 3 hours later, it's like, you're a fucking prick.
Yeah.
I love Danny. He's great, and obviously we're friends, but his business on April 6th, and then hopefully on April 7th, I've said, me and the wife are gonna stay in the hotel, and if him and Alice can, we're gonna go out and have a bit of food together and have a chat about that, and he can have a picture with his old belt.
I love it.
And I get to cross him off the list.
I love the relationship that you and Danny have got, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
I said in the last podcast I've just done before I came on with you, it was like, it doesn't always have to be, I'm going to jab the face off you and bust your lips and stuff like that. And, it can be fun and respectful at the same time, can't it?
Yeah, it's you've got to hype the fight up, and you've got to promote, if we put what we speak to each other on WhatsApp online, we'll probably get fucking blocked on Facebook anyway. But that's between me and him, and it's great. We were having a bit of back and forth. It's promoting the fight. It's It's how you do it. And you've got to be respectful. You know, you're two men going in there punching the fuck out of each other. If you're not respectful to each other, you know, I don't think you can have respect for anyone. You know, any man who steps in there, you've got to respect. You know, and even more with Danny. You know, he's a great guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'll have him on the podcast at some. Absolutely.
Yeah, and actually, you were going about fucking bringing him on tonight. You know, this is my time tonight. This is all. If David one more round at the minute, not fucking David and Danny.
Coming on.
Yeah, I'm not fucking promoting him as well. Give me my fucking time, and then in a couple of weeks, do your thing with Danny now next week, and then we'll fucking do it together. But no, I'm not fucking promoting his fucking ass as well. He's fucking up there already.
Love it, my man. Love it. Yeah, a couple of weeks time. Hopefully, we'll get something sorted. Have you both on, and
yeah,
you can say the stuff that you talk about on WhatsApp to each other.
Oh, it's fucking brilliant, mate. It's, you know, we have each other with the sex noise videos and stuff like that, and
I know you got me and Asda with it the other week, didn't you?
He had me in the office for the other week. I was talking to one of the pay girls about pay, and I was like, fucking
brilliant.
Maybe it's just me. Maybe other fighters aren't like that with who they're fighting. But yeah, I've always been. You know, I was like it with Terry before he fucking blocked me after I knocked him out. He don't fucking speak to me anymore.
Yeah, he's kind of. I mean, I looked for him the other day as well. He's got his. I don't know if
is he off Instagram or is he just blocked?
Maybe he's just off Instagram and just concentrate on his businesses and things like that.
Yeah, he wants to concentrate on his fucking fighting and blocking. I
would say that's Terry done now. I mean, he don't get us wrong. He went out on his shield, didn't he? You know, all joking aside,
he went out on his fucking face, mate.
He went out on his shield.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Obviously, he's lost to me twice, but the first time they give it to him.
So. Brilliant. Like I say, mate, always a pleasure to have you on. You know, I just want to clear something up. If anyone's seen online that David Round has nits, I started that rumour, and it's not true. So
I just want to clear something up. I said that Ross is a cunt, and it's true. So
that is true. Absolutely, 100%. Brilliant, mate. Look, the very best of luck. I'll speak to you soon, and keep in touch as always. I'll get you back on in a couple of weeks' time. Nice one. Cheers.
Yeah,
speak to you soon.
Anytime. Cheers,
David, one more round, everyone. What a man! What a legend. About now, I'm going to go over to the Fuse channel and we're going to do something. So come and check us out. Big shout out to you all in the comments. Big shout out to Violent Gentleman, Rick Doherty, John, Sharon, Dangerous Darren, Sam, all in there. Thank you very much. I always appreciate you coming in and leaving a comment. Jab that like button, jab the subscribe button. Come over to the Fuse UK and we're going to be doing bits there. David, one more round. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you soon.